Would you please welcome Kenny and Brandon Bernstein? What's up, fellas?
Glad to be here.
Excellent, thanks.
Now, wait a minute.
Go ahead, Stan.
I'm going to jump in here because you said the lesser-known guy. You're probably a chapter in the history of drag racing.
Lesser known, I'm old.
Yeah.
Like I tell everybody, I pay the bills, he has the fun.
He
does a great job of doing that, too, let me tell you.
And do you do a good job of your part, Brandon?
I'm trying.
That's all that matters.
But welcome to the Freak Nation, and I hope, and understand the way I'm saying this, I hope that you're done driving.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm done today.
No, wait a minute.
I'm done now.
I'd love to see you out there, but it's valuable to have you on the sidelines because you are drag racing. To a lot of people out here that are watching us, you are the reason drag racing is as big as it is.
Thank you so very much. It's an honor for you to say that to me, and I take it that way. I appreciate it tremendously. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I miss driving like heck.
You know what, Kenny?
I am not surprised.
From a personal standpoint, Brandon and I have had conversations before, but what I really appreciate, having lost my dad 12 years ago, when I see the pictures on the back of your haulers and see the way you guys interact together, that's real, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. It really is, and it's been a wonderful relationship and experience. Even when Brandon was the tire washer and the bathroom cleaner, you know what I'm saying?
Actually, I remember that with your IndyCar team.
It was fun to watch him go through that and get into it, but he's earned his chance to perform. It's not been given to him.
It's easy to say now that you've got that first win of the season under your belt, but it was hard. I mean, what got you going when you were going out the first round?
It was hard, and like I said, I just tried to stay positive. We knew that we had a caliber team
you
to
have
win
a hot
races.
girlfriend. Let's just face it. That's how you stay positive.
Well, yeah, that's given, but no,
Like father, like
no.
son.
We just stayed positive. Really. I mean, we knew we had the team. We knew we had the capabilities. We knew we just had some stuff happen, some really wild stuff in the first two races, and we just wanted to go out there and really stay positive, and we knew it was going to come.
You got to understand one thing, really, in all honesty. It's never from lack of trying and doing as much as you can or spending the money necessary. I feel badly for the crew, for everybody, because they work just as hard to lose as you do to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't look at it like it's not a butt chewing. You follow me? What can we do to make it better for you? Is there anything I can do to make it better? Brandon, what's going on in there? Tell me what you're thinking so I can give you some advice and tell you what maybe is happening to you. So I look at it from a teaching, learning deal and what we can do to make it better. Because it's not lack from effort. Effort's being given, believe me.
Our topic tonight, of course, involves IndyCar, and it's a full month celebration and all this stuff going on for four and a half weeks. Kenny Bernstein, you were
part of it.
You were involved in open wheel at one time.
Yep.
Could you see NHRA spending 4 weeks out, getting set for the Mac Tools U.S. Nationals?
Well, Indianapolis, the Speedway, in that race the month of May, has such a tradition that's been set for such a long time that it's easy to see how they spread that thing out for a whole month. Plus, the track's got to make a little bit of money too, right?
But if you get to it quicker, that's even faster for a pole sitter to kind of wreck his car before the race starts.
Yeah, that's true, by all means. When we were there, it was, honest to God, we called it the Year of May. That's what we called it, because it is a long month, and it is a grueling month with things going on every single day. And every time you go out there, you think you're going to crash one and wad one up. It's tough. It's a long, long month and very difficult. But I want to tell you that the tradition of the thing and the omniscience of it is second to none, was in those days. I don't know how it is today. I haven't been back in many years.
Let me ask you a question that I love to ask fathers and sons. I had a great relationship with my father. You never satisfy your dad, no matter what. I know we've had this conversation before, but let me ask you, when you look at Brandon, your son's trying as hard as he can to work with you. You remember the relationship you had with your dad. How do you feel as a father passing along the traditions and the skill set to be a champion in drag racing?
Well, I do everything I can to give him all the information I possibly can give him, all the experience and knowledge that I've known for 35 years of driving these cars.
Do you ever see the frustration in his face
Sure.
when he can't?
Like Brandon's reaction.
Sure. Yeah, because you got to understand something different here. I started driving race cars when I was 15, 16 years old. So I came up through the ranks, kind of like the dirt tracks, you got to say. Brandon never had that opportunity. I mean, he honestly didn't start racing until he jumped into a junior fuel car, to be honest about it.
Do you feel
okay?
any sympathy for him
Well,
when
I do,
you see that frustration?
yeah, I do, because you're expecting someone to do a lot that you had 30 years to perform and do. Experience is second to none. So that's why I try to put as much into him as I can about knowledge and what to do and what to expect. And in the beginning, I'd have him ask me every question he could. What happened? What took place every second of the run? So I could tell him everything that I knew from my experience that I could teach him doing that. The other day we had one. I'll give you an example. He goes up and he has a couple of bad lights in the qualifying at Houston. And I knew exactly what was wrong immediately, but I didn't say anything the first time. So he comes to me the second time and he says, what's going on? I said, well, think about it. What are you doing up there? What are you doing? How are you staging? And he said, well, we went on top of each other. I said, there's your answer right there. You both went in at the same time and you weren't prepared. You weren't ready. So I try to make him think of those things so he can figure it out for himself. But that's what it was. It was just a little adjustment is all it took.
That is Kenny Bernstein. Next to him, he hadn't said a word this entire segment.
No.
What are you talking about?
You're getting
He's
more.
talking. I can't interrupt
You're
him.
getting
Are you
more
kidding
insight
me?
from him just sitting here listening to him talk to us.
I'm
That's why we
listening
have
to
another-
You
everything.
can't interrupt Dad. I
That's
know
why we have
every
another
son-
segment coming up, though.
Every son knows about Dad.
We continue on with Brandon and Kenny Bernstein. And I saw when you and Stat were talking, Kenny, I saw Brandon agreeing and so forth. Brandon, you don't always agree with the old man because there's something they're going, that's not right. What have you guys not agreed on?
Oh man, I don't think there's too much that we don't agree on, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, honestly, because he just has such a wealth of knowledge of this sport and everything. And as far as the driving side goes on, I mean, he knows and has felt everything in these race cars. So I mean, we don't ever really disagree on any of that stuff.
On your worst day, would you say that with him not sitting next to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what the
See?
biggest yeah.
Absolutely.
There it is
That's
again.
what he's taught you.
You know what the biggest difference is in your confidence? I guarantee it, because I'm an expert on this kind of stuff, observing. Now, you're not Kenny Bernstein's son anymore. Even my kids will say, hey, you know what? His dad drove. Now Brandon Bernstein, there's a place for Brandon and for Kenny, and I think that's where your confidence is.
Well, thank you. I mean, that means a lot because, he's always told me to go out there and do the best and don't worry about what I've done and my accomplishments in my career.
They
Just
mean
go
nothing.
out there and try and do the best that you can do, and, you're going to do well or not succeed, whatever it is, but it's going to be what you do.